Okay, good morning all. I am Pradeep Singh Yadav. In this lecture, we will discuss the last topic of our VLSI system first unit, that is C of gate and gate array design, standard cell design, full custom mask design. This one is the last topic of your first unit. The previous topic we already discussed in our previous lecture. Okay, so let's start our topic. So before starting this topic, first I want to elaborate a term that is ASIC. ASIC stands for Application Specific Integrated Circuit. Now, what is the mean of Application Specific Integrated Circuit? Any integrated circuit that is implemented for any specific task is known as application specific integrated circuit. It is implemented and it is used only for any specific work. As its name indicates, ASIC is not a standard integrated circuit. Okay, it is represented here that ASIC is a not ASIC is a non-standard integrated circuit. Now, what is the mean of non-integrated standard circuit? What is the mean of non-standard integrated circuit? Non-standard integrated circuit means that it does not follow the standard. It does not follow the standard rule that is used to implement any integrated circuit. It means that the component that used in this type of integrated circuit is use their own library, is use their own structure, use their own layout with positions, etc. That means according to application, this IC is implemented. Okay, generally an ASIC design will be undertaken for the product that will have a large production run, and the ASIC may be contain a very large part of electronic needed on a single integrated circuit. It means that this type of ASIC design, this type of application specific integrated circuit is used, or we can say it is implemented for any specific work. Suppose I am taking an example. I want to implement a toy in that certain type of integrated circuit is required, but it is not available in the market. So for that purpose, I am making a certain type of integrated circuit, dump some program into it, and use accordingly. So this type of integrated circuit is implemented for my own task, my own application. So this type of integrated circuit is known as application specific integrated circuit. Here some example of application if specific integrated circuits are given, such as a chip for toy bear that talks, a chip for a satellite, a chip for a design to handle the interface between memory and a microprocessor for a workstation CPU, and a chip containing a microprocessor as a cell together with the other logic. I think it is clear to all of you. Now, the next point is two integrated circuit that might or might not be considered as ASIC are controller chip for PC and a chip for modem. It means that there are the two type of integrated circuit. One is used for the controlling purpose in a personal computer, and another one is used in the modem. This type of integrated circuit may be called as ASIC, may not be called as ASIC. It is because that this type of integrated circuit is used by many other system vendors. That's why in some time we can say it as ASIC implemented circuit, ASIC design, or sometime we can't accept this type of integrated circuit as ASIC. Okay, if if I want to implement a chart, that represent the whole structure of integrated circuit, if I want to implement a chart that represent the whole structure of integrated circuit, so basic ASIC design is divided into three different types. One is known as fully custom ASIC design, another one is the semi custom, and the third one is the programmable. Okay, programmable integrated circuit is again divided into two types. One is the PLDs and another one is the FPGA. We already discussed PLD and FPGA in our previous lecture. Now in this lecture we will discuss the remaining topic, that is semi-custom design and full custom design. Semi-custom design is again divided into three different types. One is standard cell-based design. Another second one is the gate array-based design. One thing you need to remember, that gate array based design is also known as C of gate array. Okay, gate array based design is also known as C of gates array. This one is the topic of, this one is the last topic of your this one is the last topic of your first unit that we need to discuss in today's lecture. So always remember that gate array based design is nothing but a C of gate array. This C of gate array or gate array based design is of divided is on three different types. One is known as channeled gate, another one is known as channeled less integrated circuit, then the last one is structured. Same as another type of semi-custom is standard cell based design, and the ASIC design, the third part of ASIC is full custom design. So this one is the chart that divide the ASIC design into different subfamilies. Okay, uh, what are these family? Fully custom, semi-custom, and programmable. Under programmable there are the two categories. One is PLDs and another one is the FPGA. We already discussed FPGA and PLDs in our previous lecture. In FPGA some configurable logic blocks are there, and by using some programmable skill we connect one configurable logic block into another configurable logic blocks. And PLD, there are the certain type of there if you divide PLD into various types, so there are the three types of PLD: PAL, PLA, and ROM. These are the three categories of PLDs we already discussed in our previous lecture. Now, so in this lecture we have to discuss fully custom and semi-custom design. Fully custom ASIC design, fully custom ASIC design. That fully custom ASIC means fully custom application specific integrated circuit. When we called ASIC as application specific integrated circuit, then whole term is clear to all of you, that fully custom application specific integrated circuit means that it is totally dependent upon the requirement of a requirement of the customer, that where he want to implement its integrated circuit and how he want to implement its integrated circuit and so on. So first we will discuss fully custom ASIC. Fully custom ASIC. Fully custom ASIC stands for fully custom application specific integrated circuit. Fully custom term, this term specifies that in this type of integrated circuit is not dependent on any type of rule regulations. It means that any person, any designer that want to implement any integrated circuit, so he implemented its integrated circuit from the base level. It means that he implement its cell structure, he implement its own cell structure, he implement its own library, he implement its own geometric structure of transistor according to its application. When he is independent to independent to use the all structures and all the libraries accordingly, then this type of integrated circuit is known as fully custom integrated circuit. Yes, microprocessor is one of the example of fully custom integrated circuit. In this type of integrated circuit, the designer have to spend many hours squeezing the most out of every last square micron of microprocessor chip space by hand. It means that microprocessor is also one of the example of fully custom integrated circuit. In this type of fully integrated circuit, the designer is in this type of fully custom integrated in this type of fully custom integrated circuit microprocessor, the designer is independent to to use the what kind of cell he want to implement, because microprocessor is nothing but a memory element. By using microprocessor we can implement by using the microprocessor we can dump many program into it and use accordingly. So there is some small memory element, we called it that cells. So the size of the cell and the structure of cell is totally dependent upon the application, or totally dependent upon the designer how he want to use this microprocessor. Same, the last point is that customizing all the integrated circuit feature in this way allow designer to include analog circuit, optimize memory cell, mechanical structure on the integrated circuit. This it The last term specify that if this type of integrated circuit is independent, if this type of integrated circuit does not follow any rules, so here the designer is independent to use any type of analog circuit, any type of digital circuit into same core of integrated circuit. That means he assemble the whole analog circuits, whole digital circuits, and if he want to implement any mechanical structure, then he is free to use this type of mechanical structure into a single integrated circuit. So this one is the all about the full custom integrated circuit. The manufacturer leads time is typically 8 week of a full custom integrated circuit. It means that for making any fully custom application specific integrated circuit, any designer need almost approx 2 month of time for complete manufacturing. This specified fully custom integrated circuit are often intended for a specific application. We already discussed this term before, so might call some of them as a full custom ASIC. In full custom ASIC, an engineer designs some or all of the logic cell circuits or layout specifically for one integrated circuit. This means that designer avoids using pre-tested and pre-characterized cell for all or part of that design. This sentence represent that in fully custom application specific integrated circuit, the designer implement their own logic cell, the designer implement their own the designer implement their own logic cell, their designer implement their own circuit. So it is not required to pre-test the circuit, because when he implement their own logic cell, then after testing he implement that particular cell into their integrated circuit. So no pre-characterized cells or no pre-testing is required. If he use some logic cell that already used in some other application, then before using that particular logic cell into their integrated circuit, first he need to pre-characterize the cell. But here this pre-testing is not required, because he self implemented that particular logic cells. Okay, so this might be because existing cell library are not fast enough, or the logic cell are not small enough, or consume too much power. The last sentence represent that logic cells that already available, it may happen that it consume more power, or it is not so small that the designer cannot able to use it into their own structure. So that may be a reason the designer implement their own logic cell. One has to use full custom design if the ASIC technology is new, or so specifies that there are no existing cell library, or because the application specific integrated circuit is so specialized that some circuit must be custom designed. Now this all is clear to all of you. Fewer and fewer full custom design ICs are being designed because of problem with these special part of integrated application specific integrated circuit. The growing member of this family nowadays is the mixed analog digital ASIC. This whole term represent that it is not very easy to implement their own application specific integrated circuit, because there are some part that is not easily available in the market. So it is very time consuming, and it is very time consuming, so very few designers is capable to design their own application specific integrated circuit. Presently the designer is trying to implement them. Presently the designer that implement their own application specific integrated circuit use analog elements along with the digital elements to implement their own application specific integrated circuit. Now this one is all about fully custom application specific integrated circuit. Okay, now the second topic is semi-custom integrated circuit, semi-custom application specific integrated circuit. Now what is the mean of semi-custom application specific integrated circuit? First we read out the sentence that represent here, that ASIC for which all of the logic cells are pre-designed and some of the mask layer are customized are called semi-custom ASIC. It means that in this type of application specific integrated circuit, some features are already implemented, and for some features the designer is free to implement it. Okay, so in this type of application is specific integrated circuit, the designer is not free to implement their own logic cells. The designer is not free to implement their own structures. So that's why this type of integrated circuit is known as semi-custom integrated circuit. But yes, in this type of application specific integrated circuit, the designer is free to route the designer is free to route the path of one element to its neighbor element, and accordingly. So this one is all about the semi-custom ASIC design. Semi-custom ASIC design use a predefined library cells that already in this type of application specific integrated circuit, predefined logic cells are used. This type of application specific integrated circuit is basically divided into two types. First one is known as standard cell based ASIC, and the second one is known as gate array based ASIC. Okay, so I am again repeating this. The gate array based ASIC, that means gate array based application specific integrated circuit, is nothing but a sea of gate array. I think it is clear to all of you. Now first one, what is standard cell based ASIC? Now the first topic is standard cell based ASIC. In standard cell based ASIC, we use a term CBIC. CBIC is known as cell based integrated circuit. Now what is the mean of cell based integrated circuit? In this type of integrated circuit, we use our logic cells, we use logic elements, and such as AND gate, OR gate, multiplexer, flip flop, etc. And for by using this type of logic cells, the designer is able to implement their own structure. He is not able to create their own logic cells. Okay, it means that suppose he want to implement any SSI integrated circuit. SSI means that a small scale integration, where the where we can use very few number of transistor. At that time, for making their logic function, the designer is used their AND gate, OR gate, or multiplexer, or any type of or any type of combinational circuit, for designing of SSI. If we want to design LSI, or we can say if we want to design VLSI circuit, so in that type of circuit the logic function is very complicated. So for design of these complicated logic function, the designer is free to use flip flops, counter, resistors, any type of sequential elements. Okay, so the combination of this AND gates, these AND gate OR gates is nothing but a logic cells. This AND gate OR gate is nothing but a logic cell. By using this logic cell, using the combination of these logic cells, the designer by using the combination of this logic cell, the designer implement their own structure. Okay, one can apply the term cell based integrated circuit to any integrated circuit that uses cell. Okay, but it is generally accepted that a cell based application specific integrated circuit, or CBIC, means a standard cell based ASIC. Okay, sometimes it is known as CBIC, sometimes it is also called as standard cell based ASIC. Okay, these standard cell areas in a cell based integrated circuit are built of row of standard cell. It means that suppose he want to implement any structure, then he is taking one cell, and by using the combination of that particular cell, he implement its logic function. Okay, it is some kind of bricks for making any wall. He combined various bricks to form a particular wall. So this one is related, this standard cell integrated circuit somehow related with that particular wall. Their various bricks are connected to form a particular wall. The standard cell areas may be used in the combination with microcontroller, microprocessor. Here we can use microprocessor and microcontroller as a basic cells, also known as mega cells. At that time it is known as mega cells. Mega cells are also called mega function full custom blocks, system level macrons, fixed block, coarse and functional standard blocks. Okay, now this one is the structure. Now this one is the structure where a CBIC die with a single standard cell area together with a 4 fixed block. Here the first line represent the standard cell area. It means that the designer here the various cells are connected. Here the designer is free to implement any type of cell. When he want to implement any cell and use that cell into this block, so first he call that particular cell, first he call that particular cell from the cell library situated into this, and by using the combination of various similar type of cell, he implement a fixed block. Suppose he want a different type of fixed block, and for this implementation, if we want to implement if we want some other type of logic cells, so first he call that particular cell into a cell library, and by using the combination of that different type of cell, he implement the he implement the next fixed block. Okay, so by using this one is the space that is allocated for the standard cell, and this one is all about the fixed block. So by using these logic cell, by using the similar type of logic cell, or the combination of this logic cell, here the designer implement their own fixed block. Okay, but here the designer is not capable to design their own cell. In full custom ASIC design, the designer is capable to design their own cell also, but here the designer is not capable to design their own cell also. He is only able to design the fixed block by using the pre-tested logic cells. Okay, the ASIC designer define only the placement. Here the designer is only able to route the cells for making their logic function, or we can say the designer defines the placement of the standard cell and the interconnect of CBIC. However, the standard cell can be placed anywhere on the silicon. It can be used anywhere in the silicon. That means that all the mask layer of CBIC are customized and are unique to a particular customer. It is, I think it is clear to all of you. Now, the advantage of CBIC, that is cell-based integrated circuit, is that the designers save money, save time, reduce risk by using a pre-designed, pre-tested, and pre-characterized standard cell library. It means that because he's used the pre-tested, he is used the pre-tested integrated, so he used the pre-tested logic cells. That's why he is not it is not needed to test it again, because it is already tested. So the pre-tested time, pre-characterized time is saved here. So that time that is required to manufacture this semi-custom integrated circuit is less as compared to the full custom. In full custom design, design for implementation or for manufacturing of any integrated circuit, 1 to 2 month time is required, but here that time is saves. Okay, for integrated of semi-custom, only few weeks are required to implement this semi-custom integrated circuit. The time required for full custom design is high, because at that time the pre-testing or pre-characterization is also required, because the cell is new. So without using the testing, without using the checking of its characteristic, how can we use it into their own logic function? So for that reason, the manufacturing time is high in that case of fully custom design, and here the time is less as compared to that. Here only few weeks is required to implement there for manufacturing their own integrated circuit, but in fully custom design, 2 month minimum 2 months time is required. Okay, so the disadvantage is the time and the expense of designing. This one is the disadvantage of the standard cell based library, standard cell ASIC design. Okay, now the last part, or we can say the second part of semi-custom design is gate array based design. This term is also known as C of gate array. Sometime it is abbreviated as GA. Sometime it is abbreviated as GA. This type of gate array based application is specific integrated circuit. The transistor are predefined on a silicon wafer. It means that the combination of a p-type transistor and n-type transistor is already implemented in gate array based application specific integrated circuit. It means that the array of n-type transistor and the p-type transistor is already implemented in this application specific integrated circuit. Only the remaining part is the interconnection. Only the remaining part is the masking, and that interconnection is done by the masking. How the area for the routing is, how the designer use the area of the routing in this type of gate array based application specific integrated circuit. Some NP array, that means N type of transistor and P type of transistor is used in the logic function, and some N and P array is not required. So the unused combination of P type and N type transistor is used to provide a masking path. By using this masking path, one type of combination, one type of logic cell, one type of transistor is connected with another type of transistor. Okay, so we can say the predefined pattern of this transistor on a gate array is the base array, and the small element that is replicated to make the base array is the base cell. Okay, sometimes it is also called as primitive cell. Okay, only the top few layers of metal layer is used to implement the interconnection in this type of gate array, which define the interconnect between transistor. It is defined by the designer using custom mask to distinguish this type of gate array from other type of gate array. It is often called masked gate array. The designer chooses gate array library of pre-designed and pre-characterized logic cells. Okay, in this, the logic cell in a gate array library are often called macros. The reason for this is that base cell layout is same for each logic cell, and only the interconnect is customized, which is similar to the software macros. The C of gate array or gate array based ASIC. ASIC is again divided into three different types. One is known as channeled gate array, the second one is known as channel-less gate array, and the last one is known as structured gate array. Okay, the last one is known as structured gate array. Now, what is channeled gate array? Channeled gate array is that in which there is a certain channel is provided between two different rows of two different rows of n and p type array. Okay. Suppose the above line is the above line represent a row, the below line represent a row. These rows are nothing but a combination, these rows are nothing but a arrays of these no, rows are nothing but a combination of various n type and p type array. Here the base cell, here the dark path known as base cell. Here one base cell is implemented by using a n-type transistor, a combination of n-type transistor and p-type transistor. So when we connect various n-type transistor and p-type transistor into neighbor of each other, then we form a row. This type of row is known as array. So there are various array is formed into this type of integrated circuit, and between two different array one space is there. This space is nothing but a channel, so that's why this type of array is known as channeled array. Okay. This one is the feature, this one is the feature. Only the interconnect is customized, because here the designer is only free to route the connection of one transistor into another, nothing else. Okay. Now the second type is channel-less gate array. Now this term represent that in channel-less gate array there is no channel provided between two arrays. This one is the feature, this one is the feature. Only the interconnect is customized. The interconnect uses the predefined space between row of base cells. Manufacturing lead time is around 2 days to 2 weeks. This one is the diagram. In previous diagram you can see the between two arrays some space is remaining, that space is known as channel, but here no space is provided between two array. Here all arrays are combined with each other, so this type of integrated circuit is known as channel-less integrated circuit. Okay. Okay, the last one is standard gate array. In this standard gate array, a structure or embedded gate array die showing an embedded block in the upper left corner. Okay. Here the combination is totally dependent. Here the combination is totally dependent on the is totally dependent on the designer, so that's why it is known as structured. So it is known as structured. The feature is similar to previous one. The only the interconnectors customized, custom blocks is required in this type of structure. Manufacturing lead time is between 2 days to 2 weeks is required. Okay. So this one is all about the ASIC and various ASIC designs, different type of ASIC designs. So I think these is clear to all of you. So thank you so much.